for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise today in opposition to the extreme anti-abortion agenda that my colleagues on the other side are advancing, despite the clear opposition across our country. In November, Mr. Speaker, access to abortion care was on the ballot, and the American people rejected the Supreme Court's decision to overturn Roe and refused to allow far-right extremists to take away their right to bodily autonomy. Voters in Vermont, in the Speaker's home state of California, and in my home state of Michigan, codified abortion rights in their state constitution. And voters in Montana, as well as Kentucky, where Senator Mitch McConnell's home state is, rejected attempts to restrict their access to reproductive freedom. Still, we are here advancing. They are advancing a policy agenda to criminalize abortion nationwide with no exceptions for rape or incest. Let me be clear, abortion bans impact and endanger the lives of many of our residents, including those that live with disabilities. We will have many fights ahead of us, Mr. Speaker, and I will continue to hold the line to push back against policy violence that those that want to continue to inflict on the American people with the extreme right agenda. We will continue, my colleagues and I, to mobilize and organize a movement to secure reproductive justice across our nation. And I will continue to fight like hell until abortion rights are restored as the law of the land. Mr. Speaker, I rise today as the only Palestinian American serving in the United States Congress. I feel a strong responsibility, Mr. Speaker, to humanize the Palestinian people who are living under increasingly oppressive and racist apartheid policies. 2002 was one of the deadliest in memory for Palestinians. Dozens of children were killed by the government of Israel, and many were targeted. Groups like DCI Palestine, who monitor these killings, were targeted. We cannot look away, Mr. Speaker, and gaslight the oppressive and violent policies towards the Palestinian people who are experiencing right now, literally taking away their human dignity and their right to be able to freely live and raise their children without this type of targeting. We can't keep handing over billions each year to an apartheid state violating human rights. And now we are dealing with a far-right government there now promising to make things worse. And they're not even hiding it, Mr. Speaker. They are intentionally saying exactly what they're going to continue to do, which is the status quo, and again, making it very dangerous for Palestinians to live and thrive. No person, not one Palestinian, Israeli, anyone, deserves to suffer or die for who they are, what they believe, or where they were born. The sooner we end unconditional support for Israel's apartheid government, the sooner we can begin making good on that belief. Today, I'm thinking of my Siti, my grandmother, who deserves to have human dignity. She should not be denied of who she is solely because she was born Palestinian, to be able to feel safe and to be able to have human rights. I am also thinking today, Mr. Speaker, of the Palestinian-American journalist Shireen Abu Akleh and the countless Palestinians who deserve to live, but whose lives were cut short. Thank you again for at least trying to listen and hear from someone that, again, is connected to so many folks on the ground there that, again, deserve to be seen and heard in this chamber. Thank you, and I yield.
The gentlewoman yields back.